Move on for our third and final game of the night. It's the final match of the night as well. Let's head back to the commentary desk for Alliance versus NaVi Game 3.
The table. It's the ward battle rages in the mid lane, but Seneko able to keep Alliance deprived of sentries here, so it's going to force the Phoenix to stick around lest S4 get overrun. This lane, mid lane, back and forth early on, a 2v2. Thus far, we see free farm for the Lycan down towards bottom, up in the safe lane. Some aggression out of the Batrider who may end up going down here. He will fall in the end. General brought down as Alliance chase him out. EGM and Loda combining, so slowing down the Bat.
And doesn't look like there's any time to stack too much for him. He does have that double large camp Ake and Seneko around the pit.
Ake gonna drop just a freebie for Seneko. This Bounty Hunter is going to have a great game, at least through the early stages. Also, Artstyle getting his levels here, already 4. So the NaVi support's getting a ton out of the laning stage.
EGM keeping right behind Bulldog to make sure that there's not an attempted maneuver.
Here comes the rotation, though. Artstyle with the instant TB, but EGM ready there with the lift. Alliance bring in 3. They get the kill on the Venge.
Guard, it's been against some sort of summons like Beastmaster. This game will be Lycan. The Invoker isn't Quaswag, so no Force Spirits. But I think in general, Armlet is just way stronger than the Vanguard right now.
Bulldog, this is a really bad kill if he gives it up, and they are moving on to him. Goes for the Sprout, catches up Seneko, the crushes on 2. Loda was ready for it. NaVi overextending, they give both up. Alliance spring the trap. Beautiful stuff from the Swedes, and
might have been able to trap himself inside, but great TP by Loda, level 6, picks up the +1 on the Bounty Hunter with the amp.
And so now gives up the lane, is up towards top. Our Batrider being pressured here. The Sunray's going, they've lifted him up. General dead again.
Right now, Ditya Ross sitting pretty low on mana, maybe not wanting to load the rest of his pool on it.
They're moving towards the pit. Batrider leading the charge here. General marshalling his forces. Roshan still at around half HP. Sentry outside the pit though. Good scout Seneko. There's the blink initiation. Drags Loda up onto the cliff, keeping the Slardar out of this picture for a long time. Loda won't be able to contribute much, and that will put a pretty big halt for the Roshan. Now the EMP Tornado following this one up, but the counter Tornado comes out from EGM. Bulldog's trapped and sprouts himself inside the pit. Looks to run away. Artstyle cancels that. First track kill that came to NaVi, and the whole team's here, and Loda is still completely a non-factor in this fight. It begins with the General Bat after an awful start. They look to steal the Roach while also killing the big fish. They've gotten 3. They've gotten a 4-hero track kill, and now it's NaVi trying to snatch an Aegis right away from Alliance, who double buyback to prevent this. NaVi may just walk away. They've gotten a lot out of this already. I say walk away. NaVi says run in twice as hard. They move forward. Dendi fishing with the Tornado. EMP on the Loda. Has no mana. Absolutely drained. It's still hanging around the pit. I think more worried about NaVi taking than about even trying to go for themselves. Loda, got to be careful here. It would be a 13-minute dieback if General grabs him. He goes for EGM though. Loda's going to have to pursue him out, but the Wolves surround him. That's a track kill again. NaVi finding big kills here. The gold is going to add up rather rapidly at that. They've now tracked Loda. They're just waiting for that crush to come out before they fully commit, but he's getting cold snapped down into submission. NaVi have gotten a second kill. Now they want to disengage as 4 chases forward on the Dendi. Will find the counter kill here. They might get the Lycan as well. Artstyle burning to the Sunray. Ake should be able to finish him off. That's going to be a 2 for 2 with NaVi getting track kills.
Roshan.
And the Wolves keep on marching in. Sentries are here, but NaVi just keeping tabs around the pit. And this time though, General has no lasso. Nobody really in position, but as I say that, 4 NaVi heroes are moving forward. They are going to look to contest this. Not even a flame break available. Tower going down freely to the Radiant. They're just so hell-bent on this Roshan, who claps Alliance. He is displeased with the number of occupying forces. This is my pit, he says. Get out of here. They're trying to heal him up. There's the Sunray from Ake, but NaVi converge on it. There's the swoop through, trying to jump forward. General leaping into the pit. S4's going to grab the Aegis. It is the dire last hit, so far, so good for Alliance. At long last, they get that Roach, but they lose Loda again. Out for 40. It's up to S4 to turn this. He gets swapped back into the rest of the team. NaVi didn't seem to be expecting as they were all heading the other way, but they cracked the Aegis. They move forward. Do they chase for additional kills? They're very low at this point. And S4, he's angry with how things have gone. Blinks up onto the high ground. Shadow strikes Dendi. Looking for the follow-up kills here. 2 have fallen. So they get more. Bulldog chases. Stops the Midas to creep.
Dire's middle tower is under
And that'll be
attack.
that.
The Slardar, and they've been team fighting a lot. They're likely to continue team fighting because of the Bounty Hunter and Lycan. I think it'd be
Radiant's
NaVi
be well
show-
justified.
showing to mid wall, simultaneously coming on the top side, and they lasso S4. He general actually drags himself back into Loda, who gets off the crush, trying to rev up for the Sonic Wave, but he's totally chain stunned. Locked down, Loda next. Loda will fall. That is 2 gigantic kills for NaVi, who also managed to take down the tower mid in this time. It was denied by Bulldog.
been a completely different story as soon as he got his Blink Dagger.
He had a terrible start too. Gives up first blood. Level 3 when Loda was 6, but man has he turned it around.
And on the bottom lane, Bulldog getting chased down.
Oh, this is another track guild. No escape for Bulldog. It's not going to be an easy game for him, and NaVi show why. The matchup is very difficult for Nature's Prophet.
Caught off guard by that.
They are grouping up here. They get down a D4, but it's under a Dire Sentry. And Alliance are going to immediately smoke and move in. They're looking for the jump here. Who do they get first? Loda whiff on the crush to start this thing off, and now General going for the deep blast on S4. Can they burst him? That Queen of Pain is so important. He chucks out the ult, but it's as he dies with his last breath. They're already down to Queen of Pain and a Phoenix. They've gotten nothing out of this fight so far. And Alliance losing 3 in the end and blowing a buyback on the Phoenix.
Just not in fighting shape right now. Still need time for Admiral Bulldog to get those lanes pushed out for that Midas to kick in.
And NaVi, all they want to do is fight now. They actually have level 2 track already.
Oh, General.
Moving down bottom to debut that level 2 track. S4 has been scouted out here. Tornado gonna catch him. They've gotten the track on him. That's a big bucket of gold for NaVi. I think 3 heroes in range for that. So he's closing in on something that will set up for even more kills, and BOT's now online for General, hunting for Bulldog. The long-range Tornado comes out. They will actually clip, and they're going to go for this one. Lasso dragging Bulldog back. He thought he was safe. He was at his tier 2, but it's under your tower, where NaVi will dive you, kill you. This time they won't take the tower too, but they're coming for that next. Halting and nervous. They said something's up. They back out.
They have a newly acquired gem on GM, so no
here we go. Oh, good reactions there by Ake. That is going to debut the BOT level 2s. Instead, they chase on the EGM here. General may go for him instead. The track comes out. They're literally diving him to the tier 3 tower. Where's my team, says EGM. Oh, they're not there. That's for damn sure. Ake dies as well. 2 down. But the team, they're split pushing.
And
working on top of it.
gem. Art style with EGM's gem in his inventory. That's a heavy blow to Alliance.
They're trying for the trades here, Ben, but track's already starting to come out up on the top side of the map. Loda eats a shuriken, does have to back away. They just snowball that gold graph their way. They get another big item to break the base. They now have pretty much every big pushing item aside from a pipe, I believe. Drums, Vlads, AC, Necrobook, Crimson Guard, Mech. This team is devastating in 5-man. They're going to start it off by chipping away at Loda here. The Slardar is instantly forced to run. He goes back the other way, and he still gets lassoed. That's another track kill. NaVi raking in the gold at this point. Even Artstyle is getting in on the roam. A lonely Venge on a jaunt through the trees. Now what does he see? He sees Bulldog. Force Staff into a swap. BOTs are coming. Bulldog Force Staffs himself right into the waiting arms of the General, who promptly complies by lassoing and almost killing, though he is going to get the kill in the end. Dendi, though, is in a bit far. Yule Scepter onto the Queen of Pain. Seneco's arrived. Reinforcements coming in. Hard and fast for NaVi. Charging towards S4. They kill off the egg. They kill off S4. They move on to Loda. They're mowing them down. Alliance drop 4. It's a wipe. NaVi just completely wrecking them.
You could not leave a Lycan unchecked like that in a team fight with all his minions running around. And
NaVi, after the way this series began, losing game 1, game 2, feeling like it was Alliance in the driver's seat, pushing in all the lanes, free farm Naga Siren, ratting it up and completely out map controlling them. They dragged that game 2 back. They got Megas, they gave up 2 lanes of Rax, then managed to force out the GG. Avert your eyes. This is not family-friendly entertainment right now, especially not for the Alliance fans. But it is happening, and whether you try to cover your children's eyes or not. And NaVi continue to make things happen. The BKB debut, the last is on S4. Can they get that kill as well? Lycan chopping at him, but can't finish him off there. Pretty good counter initiation from the Phoenix of Ake to hang on and look to turn this fight still, though he holds the Aegis. Alliance need a lot more than just a bounty hunter kill to really turn this game around. They desperately race through the trees. They're looking for that bat, but he escapes to the north. He roams. He TPs, and he is going to make it out. That's all they get after all that. A sick play by Ake nets them a bounty hunter kill.
And they still have the Aegis.
And they're actually going high ground into this. Alliance feeling like borderline desperate at this point. Creeps are actually hitting tier 4 towers. They're committing hard to this push, but NaVi are ready for it. Archstyle engaging forward. Loda trying to set up the follow-up here to the Queen of Pain ult that comes in. Diving pretty far for this one, but Ditya just auto-attacking him in regular werewolf form is going to get the kill. S4 almost dies to his claws. Ake's there. So much delicious food, but General's in too deep. He will end up dropping. Bulldog looks to trot away. It's like an ult number 2, and he's off to the races here. Can Alliance TP out? Who's got one? They're all going to need him. EGM has one, but he can't even get it off as he's about to fall to the wolves. They munch him up. They kill off the bird too. Alliance just can't handle Ditya. Beyond godlike. Nobody can kill this man.
They couldn't touch him.
He's just gonna heal himself up as he marches down top.
I think
While Dendi is looking for kills.
Super desperate at that point.
The Bat Rider, no, I don't know if he needs it. Dendi might be able to kill Bulldog off on his own. He's going in there, laying into the dog. He pops him there. An easy grab. Orchid working its magic.
So many heroes that can
He's
deal
doing that with a
Bulldog.
gem, by the way. He is diving their base solo while bearing the gem. Dendi does not care because he knows the team can come. BOTs are up. Bat Rider also going to join the fray. NaVi parading towards top. This could be the death march. Confidently looking to strut up onto high ground. Rubik will buy his own gem. And General hunts, he gets Loda, drags him in again. It's another track kill, but NaVi don't need gold. They just need dead bodies to litter this map so they can wipe Alliance and the rest of them off. And they get the second kill here. Rubik down, already bought the gem, doesn't have to buy back. Loda buys back, but he only crushes Seneko, and it feels like this is how it ends for Alliance. Not with a bang. This is a whimper. This is ugly. Even a Sunstrike massacring Alliance, running them down. This is not family friendly at all, and there it is. GG. You give NaVi every last one of their signature heroes, and they just run circles around Alliance.
I heard you call them EG at the end. I was like, dang, don't put him down like that, LD.
EGM. EGM. Ugly. Ugly way to finish the series for Alliance. Felt like they could have taken it 2-0, and you got to give credit to NaVi. They had an entire game